Hey, I'm Colin. Enzo. If you find you are binging a lot of the scary, outrage-inducing, overwhelming news that's happening at any given moment, right now, today, tomorrow, yesterday, I mean, it's just endless. I wanted to check in with you because honestly, I'm making this video so that I don't do it too. Because when I'm not working, sometimes even when I'm trying to hang out with my favorite person, I'm tempted. I'm feeling the pull to refresh my feed, watch what's new. And I was doing an interview recently and I said the most obvious thing, but I think it's worth reminding ourselves is that the algorithm is infinite. It does not end. There's no point at which you reach the bottom. And the more you click on things that you like, the more you get more of them. So let's just check in about what's going on there. Let's compare movies to YouTube shorts, for example. This is my particular vice or addiction or good thing that turns into too much. So when you watch a movie, it's a passive experience. Yes, you're inspired or connecting or laughing or engaging. Maybe you recommend it, but that's kind of it. The action at the end might be to stop watching a movie and go do something else. But during it, you're not doing anything. Watching YouTube, it feels a little different. It feels active. The content's shorter. It's about current events. It's hearing takes from people who you relate to or who are you're outraged by, disgusted by. And it feels current. It feels informative. It feels like something you need to know. And I don't know if you notice this, but at the end of a video, you can feel this tightness, this intensity in your body. I want to suggest that feeling is very important to listen to because that's the action at an end of a YouTube video, is to feel a overwhelming emotion that maybe you felt just by looking at the title and then watching another YouTube video, moving you nowhere toward whatever your goals were that you put on pause. Here are two actions that I think are fundamentally valuable for us as humans: self-care and other care. How are you taking care of your emotional state, of your ability to cope and navigate the weight that you are carrying mentally and stress-wise? How are you caring for that? What are you doing to rest, to recharge, to energize? I would suggest that putting more information into your body without being critical of the type of emotional reaction it's going to create is not helpful. It's denying that self-care action, that good habit, that small ritual. Drink a glass of water, go to bed, on time, talk to a friend, exercise, read a book, those other things that can, or play piano or whatever, whatever it is for you. And the less we show up for ourselves, the much harder it is to show up for other people. Maybe you're wired for other care. You're wired to show up for other people. But if you're not caring for yourself, you're going to run dry. And caring for others is what makes us human. That's why we're here. Community is as essential to our longevity and to our health as is good food, as is mental care, as is health care. I mean, community is proven guides us and protects us, serves us, supports us, and it just feels good to show up for other people. So I would ask yourself when you watch videos, does it lead you towards self-care or toward other care or towards just watching more? And if so, here are some suggestions. I have had luck with the Freedom app, which blocks websites, apps that I spend too much time on during my workday. Sometimes, I'll adapt it. Sorry, I have something in my eye. Drive me crazy. I'll adapt it. Let's say maybe I want to work a shorter day and then take a break so I'll make it available then, or I'll have a lunch break where I can watch one of my favorite creators. You know, it's not going to zero, but it is reducing. You know, in therapy, they call this harm reduction versus like zero tolerance, you know, or eradication. That might be too high a bar, especially with something so addictive. So what about just harm reduction? What about just reducing the amount of it? Yeah, so freedom helps. There are Chrome extensions that'll block your feeds on your social media channel of choice. What else? Talking to friends about the news. It's instantly more finite and more manageable. Another thing you can do is watch videos where there's no background music, there's no quick cuts and edits and, you know, high production value. I know that sounds counterintuitive, but you make it easier for yourself by stretching your attention back, by restoring that attention span. And one of the ways we can do this is by listening to slower, more thoughtful content. I'm watching somebody right now, and what I notice is at the end of a short, quick cut, you know, terrifying news coverage story, down on the street, down on the ground, video analysis, you know, I feel like red alert. When I listen to somebody just talk from a thoughtful, uplifting, human-first perspective, I feel myself settle. And I feel less intensity to keep watching it because I want to do something with it. So are the videos that you're watching, are they offering recommendations? Are they suggesting actions beyond like and subscribe and follow for more? Because look, hey, look, I have a tiny following because I don't really care about YouTube that much. I'm a consumer of it more than I am a creator. But the whole like, subscribe, follow for more, I mean, what is that? That's reinforcing the perpetual experience of social media. So look, you know, I'm not here to preach. I'm saying this to myself, quite frankly. Pay attention to how you feel after a video. Do you immediately want more because it helps you manage the emotional state that the last video created? Watch content that is slower and more thoughtful, that recommends action steps. Use apps that block the websites. I know it's hard. I do it and I block it and I immediately want to like uninstall the app and start over, which obviously you can do. But if I give it some time, what I find is that I feel better and I feel less motivated to keep doing it. And I think that's worth paying attention to, is if when you do something, you instantly crave to do more of it in a way that is uncontrollable, is that something you want to be really careful of? You know, you go to your particular news website of choice, and there are, again, infinite headlines. Many of them are non-resolving. They're just foreshadowing, or they're just updating, or they're just fear-inducing. And you just keep going and you're just in it. So if you're binging a lot of content and you're finding it's affecting your quality of life, thank you for watching this. I hope you will proceed accordingly and watch out for that passive experience and move towards the active. What do you think, Enzo? Did I put you to sleep? Yeah, maybe that was the goal.